this. The Mishnah tells us, this is in the first chapter, it's the 12th Mishnah in Pirkei Avos. Hillel says, be among the disciples of Aaron, loving peace and pursuing peace, loving people and bring them closer to Torah. Okay, this is, I posted a question on Facebook, learn, don't you wish you knew the secret to how to bring peace to mankind? Well, right here, the rabbis are telling us the secret. They're telling us, be like the disciples of Aharon. So it's remarkable. The first point we make over here is that everyone needs heroes. We all need heroes. We all need people we can look up to. When you go into certain people's rooms, and you see, posters of basketball players, right? Because that's their hero. That's who they look up to. When you walk into a religious home, an Orthodox home, you see pictures of rabbis. Now, it doesn't always work well. One time I was in one of my rabbi's homes, and his 6-year-old kid is crying, and he's saying something in Hebrew. It's in Israel, and I didn't really understand what he was saying. I turned to his older sister, who was about 14 years old, and I said, what's your brother upset about? And he said he's upset because he finally realized that there's pictures of dead people all over our walls, right? Because they were just like pictures of all these great rabbis who passed away, and they like plastered all over the walls. But of course, the reason that they're there is because the father said, I want my children to look at the faces of these people and see the holiness in their faces and the dedication in their eyes. And that's the kind of hero I want. So we have heroes in our world, but who should be our hero? Aaron. I don't. But Aaron HaKohen should be our hero. And then you stop and say, what was so special about Aaron HaKohen? He brought peace to the world. He brought peace to the Jewish people. Understand why exactly that's so important. Have you ever been in a long-standing feud with someone? So if you have, you know how painful it is. It's a long-standing feud. It kind of rips apart at the soul. And then think on the other side, someone who you're completely at peace with. Think of someone who you've never had even a disagreement with, how special it is to be with them. So you have to recognize, wait a second, it's so special to be with this person. The way the Talmud phrased it is that if there is peace between a husband and wife, then they could be together on the blade of a sword. If a husband and wife have peace, they can be together on the blade of a sword and it would be fine. If there's no peace between them, then a palace the size of an entire country is not big enough for them to share. How did Aaron make peace amongst people? Bob and Fred got into an argument. So Aaron would first go to Bob and say, I was speaking with Fred, and he was so sorry. He feels terrible what happened. He knows you're right, but he's so embarrassed. He just can't bring himself to come and say he's sorry. So, next time you see him, smile. And then you go to Fred and say, Fred, I was speaking with Bob, and Bob was mortified with what happened. He knows he's wrong. He knows you're right. But, it's his wife, whatever, it's something. He can't bring himself to say he's sorry. But you should just know he feels terrible. And then when Bob and Fred would meet in the marketplace, they would hug each other, right? Say, let's let bygones be bygones. Because each one would have in their mind that the other one had already apologized and felt terrible about it. It'd break down all the walls. And Shirley said, was it real? It wasn't real. It was a lie. Wait a second. It was a lie. It was a lie? Now, maybe they regretted the event, but again, there's a very big difference between regretting the event and regretting and feeling you were wrong. Every time a person is pulled over by a policeman for speeding, you turn to the policeman and you say, oh, officer, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And what you mean to say is, oh, officer, I'm so sorry you caught me. That's what you mean to say, right? but that's not exactly what you're saying. That's what you mean to say. So really what's happening is Aaron is doing something that intuitively goes against our grain. Because we think, oh, you always have to say what happened 100% of the time. And Aaron is coming and saying, no, there's a higher goal here than truth. And the goal is that at the end of the day, the two of you should be put together. Now let me ask you this question, folks. What would you rather have? Would you rather have everything revealed and the truth be known and no peace? because now that little bit of doubt is wiped away? Or would you rather have it be known that you don't know all the facts and you're pretty sure, right? You're 95% sure that this person did the wrong thing, but you have that 5% of illusion, a 5% of hope that maybe he really didn't do the wrong thing. And would you rather just hang on to that fantasy and just say, okay, you know what? I'll have peace in my life. What would you rather have? You want it all revealed and no peace? Or you want a little bit hidden and maybe a little doubt there and to live a more peaceful life?